Okay, so for this one, we're going to be going over how to return an array from a method. So, let's do, what should we do? Let's create an array. So let's do int, um, and let's call it fwd. Okay, forward. Okay, and we're going to pass in 1, 5, 8, 9, and 13. Now we're going to call a method called reverse. All right. So, actually, let's call it reverse array. And reverse array, we're going to pass in fwd. All right. So let me okay, there we go. Now, pretty much what reverse array is going to do is pretty much going to reverse the array. So let's set up our method: public static. So this is the part that this lesson is going to be about. So pretty much, I want to return our array, but in a reverse format. So if you do public static int, this is going to return an int, but we need it to return an integer array. So what we do is do int square bracket, then we call reverse array, and then in our parameters we pass in our array. So it's going to be int square bracket fwd. You can name it this part whatever you want. And then now let's start reversing our array. So we're going to be setting another array called int reverse. Okay, and its size. So we're gonna do new int. It needs to be the size of our forward array. So what we'll just do is do fwd dot length. There we go. Okay. So now what's the next part we should do? Now I'm gonna show you this interesting for loop. So most for loops we would do something like this: int I is equal to 0, then square bracket I is less than something dot length or size, then I plus plus. But the one I'm gonna show you is something much more cooler. So we do int I is equal to 0, then we do j. We don't do int j because this int takes care of that. So we just do j is going to be equal to our forward array length. Okay. Oh yeah, sorry, length minus 1. Okay, because this is going to give us an index value. Our array has to be less than our our I has to be less than our forward array dot length, and then we're going to increment I by 1 each time and decrement j by 1 each time. So what we're going to do is do a reverse. So our j value is going to be equal to our forward array at 0. Okay, so this is pretty much reverses our array. So let me show you what's going on behind the scenes. So we have our reverse. So right now our array length is going to be 5, so it has 5 slots. And then we have our forward array, also 5 slots. This is 1, 5, 8, 9, 13. So j is going to be so when we start this for loop, j is going to be our forward length minus 1. So our forward length is 5 minus 1, which is 4. Recall our index starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we start from here, and we have this equal to our forward array at index 0. So this goes 1. Then this is now, so it goes from 4 to 3. And, oh wait, this should not be 0. This should be I. Okay, there we go. So when j was 4, I was 0. Now when j is 3, I is 1. Because I is incrementing, j is decrementing. So 3 will be equal to 5. 2 will be equal to 2. uh, 1 will be equal to 9, and 0 will be equal to 13. Now that's our, see, now these are the contents in our reverse array, okay? And then let me add a square bracket here. And then at the very end, we're going to be returning our reverse array. So we just do return reverse, all right? And now let's go back to here. Now let's print our reverse array. Let's have all of this. Wait, so pretty much how we can print out our reverse array is actually like this. We'll do 4. So our reverse array, it has its data type is int, okay? And this part we can name it whatever we want. So let's write down rev, and then obviously our array should go here. And since this whole thing holds our contents of our array, we can actually put this in this portion of our for loop, okay? And then we do system dot out dot print line, and we put our ev here, and then this will print out 13, 9, 8, 5, and 1, okay? So yeah, so I hope you guys were able to figure out what I was just doing the whole time.